Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Samantha. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm really excited to have you here, so thank you for blessing me with your presence. So in this video I'm going to show you how to make a lentil and clove hair growth oil. So this oil is fantastic for anybody who wants to grow their hair healthier, longer and thicker, because it can help with all that. But it can also help if you've got bald patches, because it can help to stimulate hair regrowth. So the best way to use lentils for hair growth is to actually eat them, because it's got so many nutrients. But we can also use it topically, and that's what we're going to do here by making an oil. So lentils are a great source of folate, iron, biotin, vitamin E, and also protein, and all of these are necessary for hair growth and to strengthen the hair as well. So they will go in and nourish the hair follicles and stimulate growth that way. But also they have soothing and anti-inflammatory properties, and that is why they can stimulate hair regrowth in bald patches. Our next ingredient is going to be cloves, and I'm using whole cloves here, but you can use cloves powder if you wanted to. So cloves, just amazing when it comes to hair growth and a healthy scalp. So I already spoke about cloves in a video which I'll link on the screen and in the description box below, so that if you've not watched that video, you'll watch it and learn more about cloves. But I found cloves to be amazing on my hair journey because they can stimulate growth. But cloves also have lots of minerals in them which are essential for hair growth and healthy hair. They can also help hair to be nice and shiny, and also have antifungal and antibacterial properties. The next ingredient is going to be an oil. So we need a penetrating oil. I'm using extra virgin olive oil because my hair absolutely loves olive oil, but you can use anything like sunflower, almond oil, jojoba oil, even coconut oil if you prefer that. But it has to be just something that's going to be able to penetrate not just the scalp but also the hair shaft, so that it can take all the nutrients into you and strengthen it. We're also going to need a blender so that we can crush the lentils and the cloves into a powder, as well as a bowl and a pot of boiling water. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to take 2 tablespoons of the lentils and put them into the blender. And then we'll take 2 tablespoons of the cloves, and then we're going to grind them into a powder. It doesn't have to be very fine, but the finer it is, the better, because then that helps with the infusion process when the oil is now extracting all the nutrients from the lentils and the cloves. So as I said, you don't have to grind this to a very fine powder. I'll show you what mine looks like. This is perfect. So now it's time to warm up the ingredients, and we're using what's called the double boiler method. The advantages of using this method are that, one, you're less likely to burn your ingredients, but also because the infusion process is slower, it's a much more stable infusion process. But most importantly, we're going to be able to preserve as many of the nutrients as possible by doing this method, because we're not cooking the ingredients. So we're just warming them up and allowing the nutrients in the lentils and the cloves to then infuse into the oil. And now I'm adding half a cup of oil, and then once I've done that, I'll just stir everything and allow it to warm up over low heat for a period of 2 hours. So from time to time you need to stir it, because the lentils and the cloves will settle at the bottom. So you need to stir it so that the oil can then get as many of the nutrients out of the lentils and cloves. After 2 hours, this is what it will look like. As you can see, there's just a hint of a froth, which is an indication that the oil is adequately warmed. So now I'm just doing a final mix before I take everything off the hob and then allow it to cool down completely. Remember that this has been heated, this oil has been heated, and we need to be careful. So please be careful when you're handling this. So allow it to cool down completely, and then once it has cooled down, we will then strain it. So when it comes to straining, you want to use something that's very fine, that's going to catch every bit of powder in there so that you don't have powder in your oil. So I'm using the end of a pair of tights, but you could use a wig cap or even a cheesecloth, whatever works for you. So I don't really like getting my hands all covered in oil, so I just use gravity. I let gravity do all the work for me. So I just pour it into this hole that I've created and then allow the oil to just drip into the jug. As you can see, it happens naturally, so you don't have to get your hand all covered in oil. So I'm just going to leave that to basically drain or strain into the jug, and then once it's nearly done, I'll come back and I'll show you and squeeze right at the last minute. So this is a little trick that you can use. You can just stir it around with a spoon, and that will help to drain the oil much quicker. So there, as you can see, I'm just squeezing a little bit more just to get as much of the oil out before I do the final strain with my hands. But as you'll see, there'll be hardly anything left now because it's all really just drained into the jug. So this is essentially it. So your oil is ready. Our beautiful oil is ready. As you can see, it's taking on the colors of the lentils and the cloves. So it's a bit of an orangey color with a tinge of brown. And now I'm just going to store it in this glass jar, which I have sterilized. So I love this oil. You don't have to add essential oils, but if you wanted to, you can. You just choose the ones that you want to use. If you want to stimulate growth, you can watch the video I shared in which I talked about the best essential oils for hair growth. I'll link that video on the screen and in the description box below. So that color is just gorgeous, and I have to say it smells beautiful because of the cloves. So the oil is very versatile. You can use it as a hot oil treatment before or after shampoo. You can even apply it the night before wash day and then wash it off in the morning. You can also use it as a scalp oil. Apply to the scalp, massage for a few minutes to stimulate blood circulation and therefore growth. You can also add a few tablespoons to your deep conditioner on wash day. Don't pour the whole thing into your tub of deep conditioner. You can also mix it with other oils to create your own oil blend. So this is very versatile and it's beautiful. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found that interesting and useful. If you make it, then please come back and let me know. If you have any questions, then please ask them in the comment section below. To those of you who have subscribed to my channel, I want to say a big thank you. I really appreciate your support. Thank you so much. If you've not yet subscribed to the channel, then please go and subscribe. You'll see the red word that says subscribes or a red button that says subscribes. Click that so that you can help support my channel. I'd also appreciate it if you give the video a thumbs up and also sign up for notifications. Until next time, my lovelies, take care. Bye for now.